What? Welcome back, everybody. It's Sunday, it's 8 o'clock, and it's the 6th of July. It would be a Sunday, and I'm screwing up the intro because I'm in the black void. Come on, wake up. I'm trying to wake the cat. El gato. Hey, we're back. Just had to hook up the projector. Welcome one, welcome all. Right, let's get to it. A little bit of a distraction at the start there, but hey, Fernicar, welcome. Battle Cruiser operational, liked and subscribed. Hello, Kurt Curtis. Hello, Apolloni Art. Hello, Point of Oogle. asking how expensive is SEEDANCE. It's 18 cents for 3 seconds at 720p, or 36 cents for 5 seconds at 720p. It beats everything on blind testing. So, you know, there are websites that allow generation review, and blind testing has proven to, blah, blah, blah. It's good. It's not a local model, unfortunately, but it is available on API. We spent the pre-stream messing around with my app, but at the moment, I still recommend just going onto FAL and using their playground, right? Because it's cheaper and it's reliable and all that. What I'm trying to do is experiment with making a UI, and then maybe we can add some extra bits and pieces to it. But that's experimental. So I don't want you to waste your money on my app when it's still unstable. You see, I'm doing a new thing. Instead of not publishing it until it works, I publish it in every state as I make it. So Rev 0 typically is what came out of the AI. Rev 1 will be first tier fixes, and that will continue, right? Main branch is always the most current, but Rev versions are snapshots. Okay, so that explains pretty much how I'm doing it. I got a whole bunch of experimental stuff on the GitHub as a result, which is kind of nice, because a lot of it never gets to see the light of day. So what I'll do is I will mark it as unstable or deep fried on a scale of unreliability, because at the end of the day, you know, it'll all get fixed in the end, you know, just a matter of when. Okay, so then let's take a quick look at SEEDANCE first, shall we? So if we head on over to FAL, it's trying to show my keys off. What was that? Potential doxing within 5 minutes of the stream start? That's a new record. Luckily, we got some fancy stars. But yeah, we did get exposed in the previous stream. I had to create a new key. So anyway, what we're going to do is we're going to go FAL SEEDANCE, and I'm going to give you guys a little demonstration. Here is where I got my API from, obviously. Thank you very much, FAL, for giving us all the code we need. So yeah, I'm going to take a little choice here. I'm going to go to putting myself in main machine mode. If I go to my custom nodes, because I've kept all of my best stuff in the randomizers in my DJZ nodes folder, so all of my prepared models are in here, so I can just go ahead and just grab one of these. So we get that, and I'll say a woman with white hair, wearing an orange fur outfit, is exploring the ruins of a long lost civilization. Okay. And it's 720p, it's 5 seconds. Should we go for 10? They always look good on 5, so I want to test 10 seconds. I've never used camera fixed because apparently it slows the motion down. I haven't needed to do that, but it's an option that's there. So we'll leave that one running and get back to what else we're doing, and then come back to this in a little minute. So this would be the generator that I'm working on. However, it does have some issues, and so let's just fix those, shall we? Basically, it's now returning a video, which is nice. It's now returning... Sorry guys, you got denied by the AI. It's like, I'm working here, and he starts coding. But essentially the problem I had was when I was getting my return from the API, it was going to the originally designed output folder instead of the public folder, which is where the gallery is looking. So I have to update the file path metadata to do the proper path. And then, yeah, because the problem I had with my VO3 was it had no gallery. So if you didn't save the video, you're out of luck, mate, which is kind of stupid. So I made it auto-save the video to a local folder. and then made a gallery look to that folder, so that when you're running the app, you can go view gallery and you can see the things, and then once you've got them, you can click on them. And at the moment, I'm not really using the extra bits, but there's an opportunity to put post-processing and stuff in here. I'll probably develop that separately, to be honest, because I've got so many post-processing. Like, if you look at my custom nodes, I've got so many things in there, and they could all be ported to an app, which is like a web gallery for video. You point it to the folder, and then it has the stuff. So that's one of my little projects we're doing. Oh, people are talking. Hello, Dragon. Welcome to the show. It says, I'm just getting the models. It does everything locally, including WAN, HiDream, OmniGen, Flex 2. Interesting. Full Dive Media says, hello again. How are you doing? I'm still great. We're plowing through it. Thank you for joining. And yeah. Now, where were we? Oh, yeah, there's a queue now as well. Because I got annoyed with how most of these web apps, when you generate a task, it doesn't actually, you know what I mean? It'll break if you try to do another one, or they lock the button out. So I was like, no, want a queue manager. What's this? It wants to execute move. Oh, right, it just wants to move the thing that was in the wrong place. So it should appear in the gallery. So if I just go to the gallery. No, it's not working yet. Oh yeah, the other thing is so stupid. Sometimes he'll like leave him working on that. There's no need to watch. Okay, this is still running. So while it's still running, let's get back to here. So another thing I've been working on, Apolloni recommended a new voice cloner called Chatterbox TTS. So I've been trying to get that one installed. And then at the same time, while we're messing around, obviously the video prompt, that's all sorted out. That works great. Where's the thing I was working on? Oh yeah, that's right. We were going to have some fun with... No, it's... Where is it? Here it is. We're going to have some fun with these. The Flex... Not Flex. The Kontext. Look at it, no options. Come on, my man. What's this? 400 plywood. What? Excuse me? Open route around Anthropic. Got the budget. Yeah, we'll try that one again. I don't know what. Excuse me? I think maybe I've got too much open. I know what it is. It's trying to include the video in the... Because the tabs are open, right? Ugh, I can't do that. I might have to start him again. Okay. I'm going to say, you got stuck. Evaluate your position. And proceed. Ooh, that's going to be a tricky one. I wonder if that'll get me out of it. Because that's a nasty one. Sometimes when I get that, I have to start a new chat entirely. And I think it's because I accidentally ingressed something in a tab which I shouldn't have. Oh, it doesn't actually tell you though. Yeah, I don't know what he's doing. Look, read file. Yeah, look. Look at this list of files. Is there a video in there? Yeah, there is a video in there. Nuts. I love it when it gets stuck. Right, just put it in act. Resume. I think he's fried. I gave it my best shot. Not really, but yeah. Yeah, he's cooked. All right. I'll do it myself. I think it's like, oh, no typey. We're already in the thing. Okay, there we go. npm run dev, give me the thing. And then what we'll do is we'll test it again and see if it's, you know, returning the video to the gallery, which is that's where it should be at. So it's basically the same as this. So here's the result of that video that we just generated. This is not upscaled, so this is like this is the 720p, but I've blown it up because the stream is bigger than 720p. So you're going to see any imperfections, but that's because we've blown it up. You know what I mean? It's kind of unfair. But yeah, it's not bad. She's kind of become a bit more Asian, but that's to be expected. It still keeps the face shape, and it's keeping the character design as well. So that's actually very impressive. All right. None of the details, all of the details. This has got a very specific, strange art style, and it's not changing. It's not changing. Do you know what I mean? Very good. Very good. Impressed. 10 seconds. It held it down. Looks better when it's smaller though, doesn't it? Alright. So go back to my new tool. Let's give it a refresh. Let's make sure we've got the right one. Let's see what bugs are going to hit us up next. Okay, a woman with white hair, comma, wearing an orange fur outfit, is sitting in the middle of the ruins of a lost civilization. Civilizations. Close enough. 5 seconds this time. So first it'll go into processing. Obviously you've got to put your own API key into this, you know what I mean? It's not like free. It's just the same as FAL. All I've done is I've taken their API, I've copied all of this, and then I've included it in a document, done deep research on this website, all of its, yeah. Got him to write me a dev plan like I normally do, and then I've built it. It had lots of problems, like, you know, mostly it was the specific wording of parameters for the API had to be structured in exactly the right way, and it seems like what the documents were telling you and what actually happens was different. So what we had to do was get him to find out what it actually is and then use that. So it's kind of a funny process in the end. This is going to take a little while. I reckon it's going to take about 4 minutes maybe, I'm not too sure. We'll see. It'll give us a timer, and then it'll appear in the gallery, the rest of them. That's the plan. That's what's supposed to happen. But it does. Oh, wait a minute, why is there no requests? Uh-oh, that's not good. We got another problem, haven't we? What happened to the queue? Added request to queue at position 1. Right. Compiled save. Did it? Is it because I opened the gallery? Did it break the queue? Oh my god. I love this stuff. It's so fun. Chatterbox is pretty good. Dragon is saying I love Chatterbox. So look up Qtie. Way better. But they're not releasing code. Well, if they're not releasing code, we're looking at the voice cloning, so it's no good to us if they don't release that. Latency is almost instantaneous. That is really cool, though. Could you drop us a link for that in the Discord? That'd be great. I'd like to look into building something with that later, maybe. But anyway, let's get back to context. Are we going to get some templates today, or do I not get... No, not allowed? If I'm not staring at one thing loading, it's something else. Do you know what? I'm just going to generate it again. And then I just won't touch anything. I don't know what happened there. That's another bug I gotta fix. Right, let's get this thing out of the way. No. Aha, right. If I just come in here and say browse templates, yeah, it's working now. Right, Flux. Not groups. Let's just get the dev basic. It's very nice that they've written it in all different languages. I do like that. But let's just sort of make some sense of this, shall we? So first of all, they're using diffusion models. Kontext FP8 scaled. They're using normal clip, FP8 E4, standard. Stitch. What? Oh, for when you want to do double stuff. Yeah, okay. I guess. It's kind of cool. I've never used that. That might be a really interesting node. Flux context image scale. Wow, it's like my auto sizer node, but nothing. Just for Flux. You know, just it only does that. Cool. To be honest, you don't. Sense. I'd love to. I wonder what the code for that is. 2.5 on the guidance. 20 steps, 1 CFG, Euler simple. Imagine it was that easy. So, do I even have these models? Nope. Nope. Because I do Juff. So this will be interesting because if we know this is a solid workflow, suspicion on Flux, doesn't it? For the GJAF, I mean. So let's see if the culprit that hit us is that, or if it's just literally low guidance and 1 CFG. Q, L. I'm going to make my pipeline that I normally use first. So, OG safe tensors. Right, I think, what's this say? So is this an image actually in an exist? Yeah, this image does exist. Using this elegant style, create a portrait of a swan. What? Whatever. Whatever, dude. Whatever you say. So we're going to make a swan from this. Okay. That's what it came with. That's what it came with. We got to see what it does first. Zanelli, welcome, welcome. Oh, sugar. It doesn't like my... Oh, whoops. Okay, actually, that's my bad. Yeah, what are you going to do? Man forgot to change his types. Okay. How are we doing on, what's this, ADK? We'll talk about that maybe later. It's built though. Completed successfully. Well, that would tell me. Generation Q. Completed. Okay. So now I go to gallery. I have a new one. Now, which one's the new one? I think it's this one. Aha. I know the sizes aren't great right now, okay? This is like a prototype. Okay, so if you see, we've got our video. It's in the gallery. The thumbnail's not working. You know, these are all separate issues. They're like nagging. They don't matter. Doesn't matter. If I download it, do I actually get the file? Yes, I do. So there's the file. There's the actual video. She's... Why is she doing this? Maybe that's what the fixed camera thing is for, to stop them from just jiggling. It's kind of cool though. Alright. So, like I said, you know, obviously right now, for everybody watching, it's easier for you to just go to the linked page, which I put in a I put in the inside line. Where is it? Right here. I put in the inside line. Come here. You have the playground. Okay, super easy. You don't need to muck about with any software. You can just put your prompt, put your image, run, and you pay. You know, I had $10 when I started mucking about with SEEDANCE, and I've built an API where I couldn't see the, you know what I mean? For a while I was paying for responses, testing them for them to come back, and obviously there would be a problem which I'd have to fix. So I spent $5 on testing the app, you know what I mean? Like now that they're coming back and it's all nice, but there was money spent on doing that. It's not that big a deal, you know, it's 20 cents a video, guys. But like I said, it's much cheaper than VO3. I think the movement's nice. Yeah, there's no sound, but to be honest, I find that a lot of the sound you get out of VO3 isn't really very good anyway. So it's like, yeah, you're gonna have to do some more work, right? So I'm working on this. My plan is actually, I want to introduce my noise stuff as a button. You know what I mean? I want to be like, click button and change it, you know, do processing. Because I've got, but it might be that I need to like completely overhaul. This is why I've marked this project as deep fried, because it's like very much in progress. But it's awesome to do it. I love building these things. The interesting thing, like I said, if you are liking to dabble with this sort of thing, if I come over to my repos, if we go to SEEDANCE API, I've given you the full source that I'm working on at present. I need to update it in a minute actually. But what I've started doing, like I said, is I got the main branch, which is the most up to date, but I'm leaving snapshots at stages. So Rev 0, that's what came out of the AI. This is where I started. And then I've started fixing to get to here, and now we're adding stuff. So the next version will be Rev 2, and that includes the gallery and the queue, which wasn't even part of the original plan. So we've like added extra bits now. Okay. Matter of fact, it is actually working, but it's got a problem, hasn't it? If I look at the gallery, I don't get anything. You see how it's like, the thing about this stuff is it's sort of like, they call it MVP, which really just means fastest route to a basic version that actually works, you know, like, what do they call it? Prototyping, okay? So like once you've got your prototype, you've really got to get some more, you've really got to do a lot to it because it's like, it's got no security, you know, it's not secure at all. It's just an open book. So you've got to be careful. But like I said, I do this for education. I'm not actually trying to build a program. I just like to sort of show people this is the sort of real exercise you can go, I'm going to target this API and I'm going to build it with LLM, and it's going to give me a cool you know, web UI that I can run on my computer that'll let me generate whatever I want. And then of course you have an idea. Like I said, I've got VHS effects, I've got cathode ray effects, I've got all these different special effects I'd like to experiment with adding them to that web UI. But anyway, you can already do all this stuff in Comfy, so it's not like new, it's just doing it outside of Comfy, I guess, is trying to encourage that idea. So, here is the program, allegedly. I should just be able to do that and then just delete all of the, it's quite a lazy way of doing it, and I probably shouldn't include my outputs. Is there anything here? No PyCache, because this is TypeScript. Alright, cool. Also, like I said, you get exposure to lots of different languages you probably never would have worked with, frameworks too. In the past, I would kind of pick one and go stick with it, but now I've been like building with .NET, building in Next.js. I've never touched that before. I don't know, it's just funny, you know, you just end up, and you, like, if you watch it being built, you'll get insight into the way it works, which you wouldn't have if you hadn't tried to build with it. So it's not like it's completely automated, you don't know what the hell you're doing, you know. Like I'd never written a line of TypeScript, and I actually kind of like TypeScript now, and I don't think I've still never written a line of TypeScript. But then I got to thinking about like HTML and CSS. It's like, do you really take credit? Like, oh wow, when I wrote that CSS rule, that was me. That's my skill right there. It's like, no, it's usually the same thing every time. Do you know what I mean? Maybe you'd keep some templates or some notes, but you'd have a way of doing it, and that's how you do it. But this is different every time. So I'm seeing methods which I never would have come up with. Like, I've never thought to vectorize loops. I've never thought to get calculations which I'm going to be doing, common calculations, writing them to a NumPy table, and then CUDA accelerating reading it with OpenCV to speed up the entire, do you know what I mean? And then putting everything on different threads, you know? Like, I've never done, like, I understand what all that stuff was in theory, but I've always been a server networking guy, so I was never dealing with the development stuff. So you're able to kind of describe what you want and make it actually work, which is really nice. Anyway, so yeah, where's that Git? Is the Git uploaded? The Gits? Yeah, it's uploaded. Is it actually ready? No, it's still got some more stuff it needs doing to it, to be honest. Because like I say, let's just explain this one before we go back to Flux again. So there is a problem where when we have active queued jobs, if we open the gallery, the jobs complete and nothing is returned. And I need to just double check that actually did happen, because sometimes it's like impatience. So did we actually get another video? I don't think we did. Wait, no, wait, we did. Oh, we did actually get the video. Okay, so I gave him bad information. Bad move. We did actually receive the video, which was cleared from the queue. However, the queue count and visuals were reset, misleading the user on the result of the job. Let's just wait for him to finish, because I've sent him on a wild goose chase. I might just interject. Let's just see. Do you know, something I don't like is it's just constantly getting from the queue, but there's nothing in the queue right now. It doesn't cost you anything, but it just seems a little inefficient to be polling the queue just because the app's open. I don't know. It should be aware that there is a job in the queue and then be polling, because there's, you know what I mean? But this way actually is more reliable, because if the queue glitches out like it has, it'll still get the video, which is what happened. Makes sense. So what's it's giving me options, guys. We got to read our options here. Oh no. So here's what happens. Queue manager is actively processing jobs and calling file manager save video, which downloads the video file, updates the metadata JSON by reading, modifying and writing it back. Then the gallery modal calls API video save get, which calls file manager load metadata to read the metadata JSON. There's a race condition. Both operations access metadata JSON simultaneously. That's a bit weird, isn't it? Can't you take it in turns, guys? Non-atomic file operation. Love it. This isn't atomic. It reads the file, modifies it in memory, then writes it back. Multiple processors can accept Mayday. When I read this, it's sort of like, but that shouldn't happen, but that shouldn't happen. And the reason it's happening is because this was not written with standards in mind. You know what I mean? It was just like into existence. But we can fix it. I just think it's funny. You've just got to be positive about this stuff. It's kind of funny to look at and then just shrug, move on. Implement mutex lock. See, he knows what to do. You're going to end up with the most over-engineered notepad to-do list ever. It's great. But these are different options. So what do we want to do? Do we want to do file locking? Do we want to do database migration? Do we want to do queue first? So make the gallery read from the queue. Yeah, it should be, yeah. It should be queue first. But wait. Could we do option 4? I like option 3. Why is he saying do option 1? Mutex lock system, ensure only one operation. I mean, that would make sense, wouldn't it? Actually, I just kind of like queue first because it eliminates the other issue that we were talking about. Oh yeah, I forgot to give it that extra piece of information. That might adjust things. Right, while he's thinking about that, let's get back to Monsieur Le Flux. Okay. This isn't a very good test of what Flux can do, guys. Load file, load image from outputs. So now it's going to be... Okay, now we can work with this. Alright, we can work with this. Make the subject more anthropomorphic. Okay. God save us. You know how they have this thing online at the moment where they're like, enhance this image, and then they run it through ChatGPT 20 times and it just turns into an orange mess? I think that maybe Kontext will not have that problem. But I'm going to make the swan more human. I don't know what the hell the first image was a bad example of. I just said make the subject more anthropomorphic, which is kind of like, what does that even mean? Make the swan human. So we've run it once, we'll run it again. Oh wait, I need to refresh and click. That's what I needed to do. I screwed it up. It's okay. I wonder how many clicks it will take to get to being a human. What do you think? What do we reckon? If I actually do it right. I think it is becoming more anthropomorphic. This next one's going to be a bit of a... What's it called? Misleading, because I screwed it up. It's just the same first one again. So now we'll do it again and see what happens. It says auto refresh after generation true, so actually maybe it didn't screw up. Alright, we'll do 8 more, which makes 10. Let's put that up there and check on the other stuff. Make this smaller. So how are we doing? So option 1, preserve recent completed jobs. Modify the queue to keep completed jobs visible for 10 to 15 minutes. Add a visual indicator saying only clean them up after display. Success notification system. Nice. Oh wait, that's option 2. Why can't we do all the options? Gallery integration. Add a new badge. State persistence. Fix the state synchronization so completed jobs remain visible after manually dismissed. See, I want to do almost all of that. I reckon probably option 2 or option 3. What does he think? Option 2 would be best. Let's do option 2. All good ideas. Is this thing even doing anything? Oh, yeah, tasteful. I call that tasteful nudes. If you look in photography, when that kind of photography is done, it's usually done tastefully and artfully, and they do like contrast and black and white and specific lighting, as you say. Cheeky is the right word. Leggy would be another word, but it's not like indecent, you know, it's like interesting. Very artistic. It's not doing it, by the way. It's good to know. Mind you, I don't know, I don't think auto refresh is working because it doesn't seem to be taking the last image automatically, which I thought it would. I thought it would. Make this subject more anthropomorphic. We'll do a proper test in a minute. I just wanted to see it was actually working. I don't think it's getting more. Enhanced user experience. Sound notifications. Bloody hell. Going up market. We're not quite ready for Rev 2 yet. I want to get this queue problem like more solved before calling it. Because it shouldn't be that you can like click around the app and it forgets what it's doing. That's not right. So it's not really becoming more anthropomorphic. I reckon I'm going to change the prompt. Do you know what? I think what might be interesting. Yeah. Oh my god, what is it doing? What just happened? Is it going to Chrome keyboard support? No thanks. We're going to do Kontext. I've probably got like a few shekels left in my API account. So we will take the same image. And we will give it the same prompt, and we will get a saved image out of it. Yes. And then we'll see, won't we? Oh, no, we won't. Because, wait, why is it making... It was about to wipe me out anyway. I got lucky. Looks like I need to top up. What? Oh, is it because I said I tried to get 10 of them? Yeah, just one, please. I've actually got money. I'm not poor. I've got $6. That's enough. Oh, different aspect ratio. See, this is funny. One of the funny things about Flux. Okay, so what aspect ratio is it then? Don't know. 2 to 3, maybe. We'll try 2 to 3 and see. Because, you know, you can't just put height and width in like everyone else. You have to put aspect ratio in like it's Mid-Journey Discord bot or something. I might even actually say you can't get change the swan into a human, and it should just would just replace. But how's it going to do the neck and the nose? That's what I want to know. How's it going to do it? Are we still? Yeah, we're still running our job up here. So we'll do another one. Stupid prompt. I should have just said make the swan black. You know what I mean? Black swan. I actually want a text box. This is basically a control to see what we should expect to get from, you know, a normal generation with the API, which obviously is set up correct. So just to verify what we get. I think it will be change the color of the swan to black. Okay. Black Swan. Black Swan? Question mark? Because I'm still of the you know, if I see it work, I'm like, cool. Now we can build with it. But, and you know, I haven't seen it work yet. We did a whole stream on it when it came out, and the settings were just not right. So I'm hoping that this has a bit more success. Let's find out. Oh, that's good news. Okay, so let's just do a quick comparison. The aspect ratio, it looks close enough. So that is the API versus the... Do you know what? I think our output's actually better. Look at the detail around the eyes from the API there. That's horrible. It's all like JPEG artifacty and noisy, but like not in a good way. And then that is crisp and blurred. Although, when you zoom out, that looks a bit more realistic, but when you zoom in, it's like, it's actually a mess. But then this seems to be more basic, the texturing. It looks almost like hair, actually, when you zoom in. It was an anthropomorphic duck, though, or whatever. It started off as a freaking... Yeah, so it does look a bit weird anyway, right? Let's put something in there like... Let's get the Dutch angle. That's a good one. Okay. Exchange. No, swap the environment. Swap the environment. Swap the environment without changing the person or the person's pose. Change. Oh wait, I should probably just say without changing. Yeah. Without changing the person or the person's pose. Change the background to a heavy metal style science fiction hanger. And I'm going to say massive scale, science fiction, massive scale. Try and use it for something I would actually try and use it for. Ah, crap. Oh, it did a great job. It did the trick. I forgot to change the aspect ratio and it just painted it all. It's changed the pose though. Well, no, it hasn't changed the pose. It's changed the angle. It's straightened it. See, it was a Dutch angle. And now, I mean, it did a good job. I'm not going to lie. I wonder what our version is going to do. Our version's better. So much better. So much better. Right. Yeah, I'm happy with this. We can start messing around with it. We don't need the API no more. I'm happy now. See, I was like on the fence for a little while because the settings weren't good. This is another credit to the Comfy org, guys. They have the good workflow. And it's because I was using my old shift workflow and they're not. What's this reference latent thing? What's that? Reference latent? What's this? The guidance for an edit model. That's what I was missing. No way. That's all it was. There was a node I didn't know about, boys. Right, well, maybe my workflow's back on the cards, but for now, we'll use this one. So let me just move everything around a bit so we can make it look a bit more tradish. And here we have it. And then we'll just reassemble everything. So we got the guidance. 0 out goes under the prompt. You got the reference latent. Oh, that's so cool. I never saw that before. Interesting. I'm just going to put it under the guidance like that because it is. It's a bit like a control net almost. It's interesting. Gives me some ideas. Yeah, okay. Here-ish. I like that as well. The image scale mode, context scale mode. And this stitch thing's good as well because I spent so long cobbling two things together. I'm pretty sure I know what that is, but let's just check it out right now. So if I just there, I bet what it'll do is it'll put this next to that in one image. Something like this. Let's find out what it does. Yep. Vase. That's cool. That's so useful. Does it really need to be the other way round though? Put it on that one. Oh, it's already cooking the next one. Not bad. I mean, the lean is completely unnecessary, but it did preserve the Dutch angle pose. Oh wait, sorry, for a minute there I thought that was like, wait a minute. Huh? What's... So that's what got put into it. There. What is this supposed to have done? I'm not seeing it, guys. Obviously it's darker. Oh, okay. It's put... Okay, so... it's the wrong way around, isn't it? It's going to turn her into this style. So this is the sample. That's the target. So... Okay. Oh no. I'm going to break it. Yep. Let's break it. Oh, no. Let's break it. Okay, so I only have one prompt now, so let's, without changing the person or the pose, change to heavy metal. Yeah, it's got the test prompt in it. We can take that out. Oh. Okay, well it changed the pose and the character, but we have got the world. I don't know about the steps. So yeah, I'd have a little play with that before you go. I've deliberately messed it up. See, how is it going to do widescreen on widescreen? How's that going to work? I'm kind of being a bit of a nasty person with what I'm giving it right now. Like deliberately giving it bad stuff. So if you're going to have wide, you kind of have to have a tall, and it's going to shrink it on the side. But I think it needs to be the other way around. So like, let's say I want to take the style from this, but I want to put the style on... Do I even have any vertical? I don't even have any more. I don't even have any.
Yeah, on the budget.
Oh great, and there's nothing here either. Oh, okay, let's say I want to try and apply this to this. So, and then we're going to have to say... apply the cranes. No, add the cranes. Add the cranes to a blue sky. And I hope it knows I mean birds. It's so wide. So it's coming out whatever you put into it, is what I'm seeing. Which makes sense because the VAE encode. No. It's actually able to take a batch, by the way, so the stitch thing is cool, but how about we make this winter? It's usually a solid one for pix-to-pix editing. I'll just be like, change the scene to the winter season. Back to basics, get something actually practical, enough tests. Oh yeah, did we ever get that video back? Didn't I order another one? A woman with white hair is walking down the steps towards the camera. It's in the queue. Huh? Ah, there we go. It was just taking a second to update. So apparently it is now the winter. Snow everywhere. I mean, it did what I asked. Do you know what I mean? It did what I asked. So, yeah. Change the scene to being in space. Because I hate space. Right. Processing. Cool. Cool. I'll have to try and break it again in a minute. Wait. It's not actually fixed yet? Uh-oh. But the server's already up. I think I've been like testing an old version, guys. Give the birds laser eyes. Okay, good idea. Aha, okay, so yeah, it's now in space. Alright, so now we will refresh so we get the I do like that you can just click a button and it be the output. That's cool. That's got a lot of ideas, you know, for how you could do that. Add red laser beams coming from the bird's eyes. Oh, let's go. It might actually work. You never know. Okay, did we get our thing back yet? Let me just pull this guy out so he's not distracted. No, it's still generating. Okay. We got another one open? Yeah, we do. They look like gulls. Yeah, they do look like seagulls. It's true. We need to fine-tune them with some examples of cranes. My idea was that because there's birds... Oh my... Haha, Thor is the bird. Look at this. Freaking... Add laser beams coming from the bird's eyes. That's not... But it also is. That's a little English slang right there. Oh, it's from the birds. Okay, so there we go. Video generated successfully. A woman with white hair. Look, we get a little toast. We get a toast. I didn't click on it though. Let me just open it up. Is there a new... I'm guessing it's that one. It is. Super Chinese, but that's okay. Do you know what I mean? Because, like, you know, we went through a lot of effort to get that face right. If you look in all the images, they're all the same. But then again, a video face swap would be not a difficult thing to set up, actually. All right, that works. The only thing is, what happens if I go like... What happens if I do this? What happens if I go 1, 2, 3, and then I open up the gallery and I click about and do a bunch of stuff, and maybe I download a thing, yeah, and then I quit. Oh, it's still working. Right, this is getting more robust. Because see, before it would just be like, I don't know. Let's check the server log as well. What's it doing there? Ooh. What? You can validate your agent using the agent instructor. Why is he just talking into the chat? Why is he just talking into the chat? Wrong project. These AIs, man, they're going nuts. So is he pinging? Yeah, he's pinging. Every 7 milliseconds. It's crazy. We haven't restarted because I think he's made the changes live. That's... I'm going to add this one to my collection. Wait, I got a better idea. Where's Photoshop? Yeah, this is going to be a good one. So silly. Come on, Photoshop. Considering how much you pay, it should just be open instantly. I don't know what has happened up here, that there's a weird thing going on which I want to... Oi! Don't block the background, idiot. Oi, 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 oi. We want to get that object tool, and we're going to shift backspace. With AI, what else can we do here? I'm going to be the ultimate copy pasta chef. Wait. This one's got... Which end is the bird? There's like... It's got extra wings, extra tail. That one doesn't look great, but I think you'll get away with it. I actually kind of like that they're a bit derpy, so we'll leave the rest. Alright. Save it. And then we want to do Control A, Control C, get a new one. And we're going to go with print, we're going to go with view all, we're going to go with A3, wait, yep, A3, 300 DPI in portrait mode, and paste. Oh, it's so small. Why is it so small? Oh yeah, we didn't upscale it, I forgot. We didn't actually upscale it, did we? Well, let's see what it looks like with the power of Photoshop. mean, you're not going to get extra pixels, but... Alright. Oh no! Jim! We're going to do borderless, we're going to do landscape, we're going to auto expand it, color, standard, premium, photo, paper. 2 secs. Let's load her up. Print it on the back. That was the first thing you do. You get your expensive paper and you print it on the back. Pro. All right. Oh my God, that makes a cool, big groany noise. That did. Yeah, sure. Oh. Doing it? I'm just making sure the paper actually... Yep. Paper's feeding. Alright. Alright. It's looking good. Get this out of the way then. That's funny. I'm going to add that to my collection. Alright, cool. But let me just see. So... red laser beams. Good suggestion, guys. Good suggestions. Keep them coming. But yeah, so let's just make sure we don't lose these notes, because they were useful notes. So we've just basically converted the default workflow to Jujuf. That's all. No dramas. Actually looks a bit better. A little bit more like that. You know. Nice. Tight. Alright. Save that. Flux Kontext Dev Basic V2. And we'll give that one a save. Yes. Oi, 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 oi. Calm it down, mate. Cute. There's a little SDXL latent up there. Right. Probably should have put that there already, but whatever. That'll work. Do it again. Save. Save as. V3. Export. Export. And that. Wait. Is my clock's working again suddenly? Bloody hell, it's freaky. My computer's got a ghost in it, guys. There were power cuts. It's come back a little more self-aware than usual, okay? It keeps on time warping to yesterday and then coming back again. Currently, the time is accurate. It is 9:07 on the correct day as well. That's amazing. Because I haven't replaced the battery or anything, you know? It's obviously the battery's cooked, but somehow I'm guessing Windows Time is updating it. I don't know, but it's still freaky. Did I do the... Yeah, I did. So we'll want to do take that. I'll just do it one more time for good measure, right? And we'll rename that one. Come on. There we go. There we go. That will be going up in the inside line for early editions. They say early, it's actually late, but you know, I like to have a bit of, you know, I like to just make sure it's working. It wasn't working first time we did it, and the reason is because we were missing those nodes. Missing nodes. I wonder actually now if I could fix my version with the knowledge that that's what was missing. It was basically this. That's what I was missing. Yeah. God. We've got API context, API context template. That might have been what I was working on. Nope, that's the API. Context lines. Ah, here we go. Here we go. So this is the one that wouldn't work, and I think because we needed that, which makes sense. Because you have your basic guider. Wait. See, mine's a little bit different. So there's there's your CFG. Wait. It's really just that, isn't it? And then we just take a copy of the latent into there. Oi. Wait a minute, why does that say int? Why does it say int? It's not an int, it's a latent. Recreate. We have a latent there, we have a latent there. What the heck? This thing's scuffed. Hang on. So we put a latent in. Yeah. And then what? Huh? You can't put another one in. Right. Do you know what? I don't need the image stuff right now. I'll do a different one if I have to. Wait. Hang on. No. We don't need the switch because it's not text to image ever. It's always image to image, right? So that means it's just this latent which is going into both, and we can make it easy. So we don't need a text to image and we don't need that. We just have one. Yeah, we don't need that. Okay, we're getting somewhere. Take the image to there. That's your denoise. Denoise is 1. I believe they were using 20 steps rather than 30 with 1 denoise, so nothing else needs to change. This is going to be so silly. Remove the background without changing the woman. Oh my god, my settings are going to be super high because it wasn't working. Oh my god. Bloody hell. I slammed that down a bit hard. Yo, Zeus, welcome. Oh man, let me just go back because I think that I didn't. Yeah, here we go. Yeah, just a reminder for anybody: you don't have to mess with my unstable crap. It'll be great when it's finished, but right now it's a bit fried. So this is cool. You can just use the playground. It's not a problem. It's actually quite cheap and good quality. At this rate, I'm going to be cancelling my VO subscription because it's like, why would I pay when I can do it for cheap or at home, you know? But I, you know, a lot of this cutting edge stuff, it only lasts a couple of months, really. Like a couple months, and then it gets superseded by something else. So according to this, we should have all of our videos done, look. So it took 639, wait, no. I don't even know. It says 639M27. I don't even know. Let's go to the gallery and check out some of those sweet videos. Now the striping, the vertical striping, that's part of the style, guys. the upscaler. Okay, so she's walking towards the camera. And then we get another one. Same, but different. Okay, cool. Next, same deal. Now, I'm not rating this based on quality. I'm looking at how similar is it, because this is my work, right? I know every inch of this stuff, from the stupid people that shouldn't even be there to the stupid rocks that got trained in by accident are in every image, right? So I have a very good eye for like all these things, and I'll be real, this is pretty good. This is pretty good. If I put it through VO, it wouldn't know what the hell my style is. So this is why I'm like, oh, the face is a bit Asian. That's fine. That's a small concern. At least it got the style and the character and her clothing, and it stayed like that. So it's very good. Considering it's only 20 cents for 5 seconds, that's amazing. But when you work it out, it's like, look at it per second, right? It's like 4 cents per second. It's cheap. So anyway, this project continues. We are going to do a quick coffee time because I need to refill. Go grab yourself a drink, and Thora will hold the board. That print came out great. Oh, that's awesome. Hang on. How can we show this? We got it. Well, I suppose we could just take a picture with the camera. Oh, it's reflections everywhere, guys. Yeah, you can't even take a picture of it because of the lighting in here. Photography. It's getting. Probably the best you're going to get. Oh my gosh. Everything's such a faff. My goodness me. You just want to do something simple and everything's such a faff. Now it's taking the picture on a funny, like sideways. And you'll be like, well, I'll just rotate it, right? Wrong. I'm just going to share it. Just share it sideways. Where is the images? Just endless messing around. So stupid. Where did it? Now I'm like, where did it post it? Where did it? I said, share it with Discord. I don't care about Jurassic World. Get out of the way. This is the advertising. Right, save it. Rotate it. Go Yes. And again, and again. Finally, we got it. Jeez. Okay, so we got it. Let's just get rid of that. That would be the image. And that is, like I said, that's a print. It's an A3 print. You can't obviously do it. This doesn't do it justice. But it came out really good. I'm happy with it. Good suggestion, guys. A good one, good one, good one. Okay. So this video generator is now working. I want to actually add, because this is basically supposed to be where you start. Do you know what I mean? This isn't. I think it's probably worth just doing another push just to make sure that what I've got is what's here, right? So let's just get rid of that. Need to get the folder with the files and then get the GitHub. Yep, SEEDANCE API. And it's going to be the same thing again. You don't copy, in case you're unfamiliar with this, you don't copy the, I don't need that either. You don't copy the next node, because next is the Next.js stuff that gets built when you install. Same with the node modules. You don't have to do that. And then the env local would include my actual key, so you don't have to do that. But other than that, everything else is good to go. Just to make sure that it's complete. Air is the greatest weapon. You've seen cutting with high pressure air, haven't you? Mr. Sheesh is here. His question of the day. Is air a weapon? I say yes. Okay, this is all good. Check the files. Files look good. Let's go. It's funny how actually it came out sideways, because now that's what I got. You know what I mean? That's what I got. SEEDANCE API. It's funny I said make the lasers come out of the bird's eye, and it was like, oh, that clearly means Sharona. I'm like, oh damn. That didn't do anything. It didn't work, guys. Remove the background. Okay, let's try something more simpler. Change the color of the clothes to yellow. Something simple, right? And we'll turn this model sampling right down, because I think that actually we don't even need that. Hang on. Hold up. God knows. Neighbours, maybe? I don't know. Strange, there's not nearly anyone around. Right. So did we do it? Did we do it? No, we didn't do it. Should have started it. Ooh. So we have. The denoise should be at 1. Which denoise? Oh, it's not plugged in. It's fine. Denoise isn't. Yeah, we're trying. Oh, that's too high as well. 2.5. Forgot to turn it down. Lots of little bits and pieces. Might need shift on 0, you know. It might be that it's that much. Because that just didn't do anything. I'm not really fussed. I'm just interested to see if it will work now we've added reference latent, which was missing. You know, I don't think it was ever going to work without that. Oh, really? So that means the workflow was fine. I just didn't know about this new node they have. There was another new node on there as well, but I think I have my own version of that. But there's nothing to stop us from using that too. So back we go. It was this one, Flux Kontext Image Scale. That looks kind of clean. You know, let's see if we can incorporate that right here. That's where it goes. Put it in and see the difference. At the moment, I'm getting 896 by 1280 from an 896 by 1216. It was already kind of doing something. Let's see if we still get the same or what the change is. 896 by 1280. It should be different if that node does something. It might be that I'm already at the right size, but you know, it changed from the original is 896 by 1216, 832 by 1248. Interesting. Where's that load output thing? Here it is, beta. Right, so if I have that there, refresh. That's not the last one. Keeps coming. Getting photobombed by laser eyes. That's not what I was looking for. I was looking for this. This should have been the last output, surely. I guess it's because it goes into its own folder. It doesn't get included in the update of that. Yeah. It makes sense. But this actually is working. Oh yeah, look at our crazy API test setup over here. We don't need that no more. So. Alright. This works too. I said change the clothes. I know it did change more than just the clothes, but how about we do a little chain and see? So we get a Thora, Sharona even. I mix up my girls, my guy. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to copy the bit, you know, the bit that changes. So we've got this here. The image is coming in. Where's it's that one, isn't it? Yeah, let's unpin that. I just need to shuffle things around a bit so that they make sense, because I want to make a chain where things that change, and things that don't change aren't in there. So the way I'm doing it, I have to set the, you know, set the aspect size. So we're going to change that and make it automatic. Because we are doing image to image now. So image size adjuster. And the width and the height. There we go. Okay. I do it this way because it's align your steps. It tends to have a nice outcome. Why are we doing that there? Don't need that. Okay, so I do want to change the prompt. And we need to make sure that the size of the image under control. Put that as SDXL. So now it will auto scale. We don't need to change the denoise, but I'll just take the parameter off. It's easier. Would that be something that doesn't need to change? Kinda. Yeah. Alright, so I think I've figured it out. Because I'm just going to chain the same image, which will be the same size. So that means this is fixed. Okay. So that means I can, yeah, this it's like a module, everything in here. Alright, copy it. Let's just shrink that up a bit. Oi, shrink that up. Why won't it shrink? It's not pinned. There we go, now it moves. Alright. Okay. So we'll go 1, 2, 3. And I'm going to put, so let's see. We'll do the classic first, okay? The classic, right? So, the woman is wearing a hat, okay? And we get the output image and put that as the input for there. That's the ingress, if you want to say, the entry point for this little module. Not B, G, and just call it 2, being stage 1, stage 2, stage 3. Drag that one down to the image resize. Okay, G. Drag this one to the entry point. Right, so now we're going to say change the color of the clothes to green. No, white. White. Change the color of the hat to red. This is what I usually do, actually. Let's change that. Change the color of the hat to red. We're doing the classic. And then the hat is on fire. And then the world is on fire. Say the background. Look at the background. All right, the classic. Let's give this one a blast, because I would like to have updated this and it be working, but you know, we'll see what happens. It's true, you need to know how to do advanced Photoshop techniques, and it still won't be easy to change the color. There are like ways of doing it in Photoshop, but they're advanced tools that you can only get with premium, you know what I mean? It's not... Yeah. What's it called? Split? You have to split the... Oh, we have our first hat. It's a good fitting hat. It's well placed. It's got a bit of a... It's even got a brim shadow. So now we're going to make that hat red. So the hat is a badger. The badger is biting the... The hat is red. The hat is on fire. Let's see if we get it. How are we doing on time? No, we're good. We're good. We're on track. Cool. Oh yeah, for fun, we're going to do a caption review. Oh yeah! She's not even bothered, mate. She's not even bothered. I don't even know why. Do you know what I mean? She's just like, chill. Chill. Daddy, chill. So here we go. With the background is on fire. If it will just make the whole world on fire, I mean, come on, it's easy. It's getting easy out here. And don't forget, guys, on my website, originai.com, you can find a tutorial for Kontext. So if you just look in here, there's a Kontext tag. You can see there, Kontext. We have a full tutorial with all the course, everything. You're going to do all this advanced stuff. It's all there. And I collected these lessons based on some of the best community examples. Okay? There's a lot in there. You know, me just clicking on anything won't really do it justice. But it's a full course, and it's free, on originai.com, which is my website. My other website, which is where the robot team lives. Yes, they live there now. We're slowly moving everything server-sided. And then the nation of experts can get their seat at the UN. I mean, they can write letters and stuff. SEEDANCE API run dev. We've already run it. But this is the thing. The last half hour, I want to see if I can actually do the thing we've been working towards forever. So, no, I just want to actually look. Oh, I should have left it open. Actually, I could have printed out "The world is on fire." Let's see what it looks like. It's not bad. That's not bad. She's not bothered. What me worry? So yeah, the chain works. So yeah, we're just going to call this. What's that like? Call this one Kontext chain lines. Just to give an example of how you can have a complex process, and there's obviously more you can do than that, right? But it's like a 4-point edit workflow. And here's the best part, right? Check this out. This is the best part about this sort of thing. I love this. So let's just pick a different image. And you're good. And now we watch as it does the thing. Okay? And this is what I'm talking about. This is the new way to do image generation. I believe we're going to be doing frame swaps and all kinds of stuff with video with this, because it's actually really good. Obviously, it remains to be seen how that's going to be implemented, but I think it's going to be latent magic. So watch out for advanced custom nodes that are dealing with WAN, video, and latents and stuff. So as you can see, we get our hat. It's kind of changed her face a bit, but not that bad. She's got black hair suddenly. That's okay. We'll let him off. We're just doing 20 steps simple. In the end, it just turned out that I was missing the reference latent node, which I didn't even know exists, which you obviously need, because otherwise how the hell does it know what was there in the first place? It's kind of funny, actually. Interestingly, we've got it working with Boost in this workflow. So before we finish, I'm going to see what happens with that. But we're going to put this out. So, all right. Anyway, back to me standing and gibbering like a monkey. Right, here we go. Chain lines 20. We're going to do save as. We're going to do exports. We're going to do right click, config export PNG. All juff all the time. Oh my! The hat is on fire. We've lost the rest of it because I think they're on the previous page. I was doing the save. I don't think we need to put the shift up. It's just going to listen to the prompt more. But I think it listens to the prompt enough at 1.0. That's actually crazy amounts of edit. I will say, though, it's kind of destroying the details because it's so effective. Oh, my goodness. Sharona goes to hell. It's crazy, though. I do wonder, though. Give me a sec. Toda. Face swap. Yeah, let's do face swap. Yeah, and where's the upscaler? That's a video upscaler. Do I have normal one? Boost. Simple lines. Did I just click that by accident? I did, didn't I? Right. So what am I doing? I'm going to add a face swap. module to the context chain, and then I'm going to add an upscaler, and then we're just going to integrate all of that and put that out as an advanced version. All right. Get rid of that. That. This would be face. Upscale. Oh, that's a point. Can you even upscale with this? I don't think you can. Experiments. I'm getting derailed, but it's worth it. Upscale. I wonder. I mean, there's no... Wait, what? Why is nothing moving? It must be pinned. Must be pinned. Don't worry about it. Okay. Yeah, it's all pinned. Oh my goodness. We cannot pin it yet. Nightmare. So, it's currently set up to run off of Schnell. Ooh, I've got Schnell Q2K. I've never tried to use that for upscaling. It's tiny. Today's the day. We'll do that before I start messing around with potential craziness. I do think, though, it's just not worth loading. Yeah, we'll just use the same. In fact, let's chain it from here. Oh, no. No clip there. Clip. Get rid of this. Get rid of that. Clip and VAE. There we go. What's that? Don't know. Delete it. Alright. This is just me. It seems like the music gets louder when I'm talking sometimes. It's kind of crazy. And then when I'm not talking, it gets quieter. Have we got a filter that's like backwards or something? That would be really funny. 192 episodes of a ducking thing being the wrong way round. I don't know, it doesn't seem to be changing now. Maybe it's just the music. It might just be the music, guys. Alright, so what we've done is we need to hook this up. So if I get the final image, here's the final image. Oh my god, it's never going to be able to face swap that last image. But whatever, we'll leave the face swap for now. Let's just do the upscaler. So we just plug that in there, we don't need this. It's going to use Flux 2 Q2, which is like, I don't even, Schnell Q2? I mean, is that actually a thing? I must have bought it out of like, I must have, I don't even see it in the list. I must have deleted it already. We'll use Flex 1 Alpha Q8 instead for the upscaler and see what happens. Okay, we don't need that. We don't need that. It's taking the size of the input, 1.0 boost. It's going through on bicubic 2.0. We've got nearest fill crop always. Tile size is 768. It's the same setup that you've seen 1,000 times. 0.1 denoise, 12 steps, SGM uniform. How has it got SGM uniform on there, but then EULA? Oh yeah. I'm just super confused right now. Okay, let's run it. Oh, point. This character that we're using is that face, Sharona V0. Yeah. So let's do that as a test. Don't need that. So that's what the modules, by the way, if you've never seen any of my modules before, that's basically how they work. You can just copy paste them in and tag them onto any workflow. There's a whole bunch of them. Obviously some setup is required if you haven't already got this stuff working, but if you have, it's just easy to drop in like this. Very quick, very good. I do tend to, when I'm doing face swap, I'll put that outside the group and turn it off. That way, if I have a button or a switch, I can never accidentally reset it. And it tends to be that if I'm not face swapping, I only use react, the restore face node. But if I am doing face swapping, I'll turn this, you know, it's like one of the two, but the module includes both. You can use them both as well. Sometimes you do need to. It depends on the situation. But yeah, so let's just run it. Let's change the image as well, make it interesting. So we've got a different one. Cancel that job. Okay, there we go. It starts again. 15 minutes. I got to start vibe coding while this is working. Oh, sorry, Kontext engineering. We don't vibe code anymore. Everyone decided to start doing what I've been doing since the last summer. And if you guys have been following me, you have all been doing it too. Because that's how it's really weird. Like the way that we do everything. Tins, narrative inversion, all of my best stuff. It all is context engineering. Hell, one of them was literally called Context Karate. So, and it's like, I just want everyone to be able to use the best method. I don't care who found it, you know. There's no trophy, unfortunately, for coming first. Right. Are we running? Are we running? Yep, it's running. Let's put that up there. Let's see it. Let's see it happening. Right. So, we're not going to do this. I'm just going to tell him to do the next thing, which is going to be a new chat. I believe I did upload this. I just need to make sure. Yeah, I did actually upload it. Because sometimes you like forget to press upload. So we'll call this Rev 2 to freeze that snapshot and then immediately run back to main. Okay, so now what I can do is I can go ahead and steal some code from my older repo. See, the funny thing is I've now got enough projects that literally every 2 months I could just rebuild them with the new model that just came out. Or every 3 months. I think Claude, Sonnet, they say that they aim to release a new base model every quarter. So every 3 months there's going to be a new Sonnet. That's their business plan. So, you know, I could just come back and be like, make Kokoro TTS better every 3 months. Do you see what I mean? So it's like if you've got a wealth of work and you want to just future-proof it, just bank on the LLMs getting better. That's what I'm doing. Right. So while we're in my repos right here, I need to remember why the hell I'm coming in here in the first place. I need to steal my own code. So let's go to DJZ nodes and steal something cool. Because these are all, a lot of this stuff is all the video effects, right? So yeah, let's make a modal that does this effect with a pop-out window. I'm going to do my cathode ray first, I think, because that's the one I tend to use the most. It's a nice noise over time node. So we've got two. There's CRT effect and there's cathode ray effect. All right, there's two of them. And if we take a look at them in here, although they seem to be the same, they're not. Because when I started making the effects, I would make them like this. And then as I got better at it, I would make them like this. And the only difference really, because it's virtually the same concept, is that this has fluctuating noise over time. And if you set it to custom, you can even use your own math expression for that noise over time fluctuation. All right. I tend to use fluctuating or degraded. This is also good because it comes with a bunch of presets. Do you know what? Let's just show you what we're talking about so it's not just like all mysterious. Load video. So we'll take a video. Oh, there's one in it already. Take this video of man at bar. I actually going so fast? This frame rate's scuffed. Can we do, say 30? It's not 30. Wait, 30? No, it must be 60. 60? It doesn't look like it went any slower or faster. He's still jerky. I don't know what's going on with this guy. Alright, cool. It says frame load cap, so let's take the frame load cap down to like, it's 60, so let's say 120. So that's going to be 2 seconds. It's 60. So if I just do VHS combine, so we can see what these look like. No audio. So let's pick, I don't know, consumer TV, right? Now, let's go with that. Oh, what do you mean audio is not a valid path? What audio? I'm not using any audio. Gary2.wav. What? Oh crap, I'm using... My bad. Let's try it with a clean workflow, so I'm not executing a bunch of stuff we can't see. Alright, cool. It's working. So it might take a second. Ah, look at this mess. We've got to change it to actual video. We've got to put a proper frame rate in. Oh. Come back to this. I'm going to start getting all of the setup ready. I'm trying to show you the difference between the CRT effect and the cathode ray effect. Now, you look at cathode ray effect, look at what it's doing. Whoa, 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 whoa. And this is because I haven't turned down all of the sub effects. So, first of all, we don't need screen curvature for this one. So we'll turn that to 0. We don't need scan lines, so turn that to 0. We don't, I usually go 0.03 for most stuff and then dial it back if it's too much. Because it's heavy, the stylization is super heavy. I might even take color bleeding down to like, in fact, let's turn the color bleeding off for today. Yeah, bring the glow down one. Okay. And then this is slow, because again, when I started making custom nodes, I wasn't really bothered about efficiency. I was just trying to get the effect to work. And often you'll see a V2, perhaps. Let's see. No, I just made the next one. And the V2 is sometimes more efficient because in the V2, I'll take the V1 and make it more, I'll optimize it a bit. Was that your audio file? Was it, Apolloni? Yeah, I don't have it. But yeah, that workflow still needs some work. And we've got stuff on our list, so this is still stuck. See how much slower it is compared to that one? So we'll cue another there and get back to it. So again, when I was in the GitHub, we've actually got like an explanation of what they do. So all of the math, what's going on, what it actually is doing, you know, that kind of thing. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take, not CRT, because that's the basic one. I want to get the cathode ray version. So I want cathode ray. So we're going to take this Python file. And I'm going to copy that file. Yeah. Go back to our project, and then I'm going to say, wait, what? That should be there. So, maybe that is in the root now. Python effect. I'll say CRT. Yeah. CRT effect. .py. Oh, you can't do that. You gotta have. Just take them out. Just take them out. I don't even know what that is. Is that snail? Is that snail case? Or is that camel case? I don't know. Copy everything in there. It should be called cathode ray effect. There. Happy? Yeah. Cathode ray effect. So now I've got that example open up. Let me just close everything else. I don't want him getting distracted. New chat. I'm going to say in the gallery, when we click on, I'm going to try and make this simple, right? In the gallery, when we click on videos, we have generated, we can add a button above the download button, which will open a, no, wait. Yeah, open a new modal with a post FX queue. Let's eat. With a post FX queue. Here, the video will be copied and processed, then saved with a new timestamp. New timestamp and original file name. This might get long. We'll figure out a way to make that better later. I just want to get it working. The video will be copied and processed. Okay. Processed with an effect. So at the moment, it's just one effect, the CRT effect. Okay. We can mirror the logic in at cathode ray effect as our first post-processing effect. We can use the default values for all defined parameters. Defined parameters. So we get a new button, we click the button, it opens a queue, it adds the thing. So what I'm thinking is you could have many effects and you could send many videos into that queue. The only thing then, of course, is where do they get saved? I'll say the the processed videos will then be added. No, wait. Will be saved inside, and it's going to be app/public public videos. Yeah. Yep. So that they appear in the gallery. So then it's like just constantly new thing in the gallery, do a different effect. I'll add more effects. Gallery effect, new, you know what I mean? You can stack them like that then if you want. And obviously you could probably develop it so you can check multiples and what order they're in, but one thing at a time, right? At the moment it's just a pipe dream, isn't it? When you look at it, it's basically like, do what I want. I have given him code though, so it's not a complete pipe dream. I've given him the script, but it's a comfy UI node though. Okay, so it's not like in the form of something easily digestible, but it does have everything he needs to know. And this is why I said the phrase mirror the logic, because that isn't, you know, it's a specific phrase which helps him to do what I want him to do. Mirror the logic is great. It means he's going to rewrite all the functions again. He won't just copy it. It'll get rewritten with the same intent. Anyway. Where are we? Oh! She has a hat. The hat is red. The hat is on fire. And the world is on fire. Everything is on fire. Yeah, this works great. This works great. So now we have tried doing an upscale tiled 768 with Flex 1 with my standard boosted workflow. And that's actually pretty good. I mean, the face is gone, and the hands are toast. But it's not bad for 2560 by 1536. It's very blurry as well. But then I prefer retro, so I'm not really trying to get CGI crisp. So let's just see, do we get the face back? Oh, we actually got the face back, guys. So I think that maybe what we do is we make this an optional bypass, like that. So like, if it's turned off, it just goes straight through without face swapping. But having it set up like that, so let's get a different image, run it one more time. Let's get a good one. Yeah, that one's pretty good. Yeah, let's do that. That's a good one. Okay. All right, leave that. How are we doing over here? I need to read it. So what's it saying? The gallery modal displays videos with download and delete buttons. The videos are stored in public videos with metadata. File manager handles video operations through REST, and we want to integrate the cathode ray effect. And many more if this works, which it should. Modify gallery modal to add post effects queue. So I am being quite ambitious. I'm not just trying to make the effect like, oh, just I'm trying to make it so it has its own effects queue that's separate from the generation queue. I think that's quite an interesting idea if it allows us. Video preview, effect selection, effect parameters, processing queue status, apply and cancel, API backend. What? Why are we making it? This is great. We're going to end up with a freaking MCP that's able to do this because it's got an API. If it has an API, you can get an MCP to operate it with just post and get. So we queue a video for post, and then we get. This is crazy. It's going to turn into a special effects platform very quickly. So option A, JavaScript. Option B, Python Bridge. I think Python Bridge all day because it's written in Python already. So why rewrite it? It'll be different. I want to get it. Yeah, we'll do option B, I think. So that'll be 3B. I mean, look, it's okay to do JavaScript, but I don't want to get, you know what I mean? You could potentially waste an hour or two just testing this. I want to move on. There's more to do. Extend file manager to add process video. Keep the original base name and a new timestamp. It's starting to get a bit long, isn't it? Original name, post effects. That timestamp is crazy. He is actually removing the old timestamp though, so it's fine. I don't need to. Okay. Metadata update, add processed video, metadata, create the queue, tracking. And I hope you realize that if I was like, now add a credit system and Stripe. So, you know, be ambitious, guys. Be ambitious. Extend file manager, file name strategy, metadata updates, queue management, create queue system, status tracking. Yeah. This is all great. Okay. If it works. Queued process. It's the same thing. It's just gonna, yeah. And look, it's built so I can just make new effects. I can say, oh, we're gonna add a new effect, and I'll just give them another node from the collection. We've already made them. You see what I mean? Can't see a problem. Like sometimes reading through, you'll see something which is like, what? Yeah. Okay. Here we go. Got some questions. Should we support batch processing multiple videos at once? I'm going to say not at this stage because we're just going to focus on single video processing operations. That's for now. Single video file processing operations with the queue. with the dedicated post-processing queue. Do you want real-time progress updates? We can provide some visual feedback on progress to the user. It's not essential though. I want it to work. All of that fluff is just fluff. If you get it, great. If you can add it, awesome. But nobody cares if it doesn't work. Should processed videos be clearly marked and labeled? We can use a label added. We can add a label named after the effect which was used. This metadata is inherited and preserved, not overwritten by subsequent processing. Don't ask. Number 4. Any preference on processing approach? Python bridge. Yeah, I recommend he recommends the Python bridge. Isn't that cool? And this would make a good Rev 3. If this worked, this would make a good Rev 3 because it would be beyond just it working, and now we're getting into actually why I made it. I didn't make it just so you can, you know what I mean? You've already got the website on file. Like, you don't need to recreate their web page when they've given. But if you want to add some stuff they don't have, like this is what we're aiming for. This is what we're shooting for. Dependencies, OpenCV, NumPy already in cathode ray. Because I was thinking the other day, right? You don't have to make a credits website. You could make an encrypted user control panel where a user can add their key with confidence. Do you know what I'm saying? Or some kind of way for them to sign in, so it's not actually on your. You know what I mean? It's not you. So then they're using their own thing to generate with your workflows. I'm sure it's already existing. It's just you probably have to build it yourself. Because then that way you're in control, you know, you're not just paying a middleman, you are just paying the same prices, but with extra ability, you know. So Python dependencies, yes, OpenCV, NumPy. Looks good, I don't see any. Yep, it's good, let's go. How we doing? Sharona has a hat. It's a shame it didn't make her grab the brim of the hat. I thought it might, but yeah, it's all right. Maybe she's grabbing the inside of the hat. Have you ever seen anyone pull a hat down from the inside of the rim? I haven't. But yeah, anyway. The hat is on fire. Oh, bloody hell. That worked, didn't it? Jeez. And then the world is on fire. Wow, Sharona is in hell. That's crazy. She's like chilling. So then we do the face swap to return the original face detail, and of course now it's better than everything else in the picture. So this is normally where we would then upscale the image to get the rest of the image up to the same detail as the face, but it just hasn't happened, has it? Oh, so I would say that actually Flex is not responding in the same way as I would have expected. So I got two choices. I can either pump up the boost, pump up the sampling flux, that's the real boost, or increase the denoise. I think it's just a bit of a noisy image. But the final resolution target has been reached, 2560 by 1536. So, you know, if you wanted to mess about, you can go ahead and you got something to mess about with there. And again, this is just the chain, you know, chain with upscale and face swap. So you may as well just say chain face ups. There we go. V30. What? Yeah. Oh. Sometimes it doesn't like it, guys. Sometimes it really doesn't like it when I try to save my workflow images. He goes, and then breaks. I've broken comfy before now. So there we go. We got the 2 there. UP. Wait, what? Ups. What the hell just happened? My mouse is insane. Okay, so it's like the itchy triggers. What the hell? What's this? I think that's not supposed to be there. Yeah, that's not supposed to be there. Okay, so we'll just chuck these here. More early access. So we got the basic, and then we got basic, chain, and chain with face. Wait a minute. Just post the thing. Sometimes it is like annoying as hell. Where are we going to do this? Take the image. Discord. Do you know what? It's not even Discord's fault. It's Windows. It's Windows. It's always Windows. Ah, Chroma unlocked. I think I actually had VVert 42 when I tested it. But I don't know what he's doing. I think he's training it. Not sure. To get back on track. Okay. So there we go. We've done that. We've done that. We've done that. We did this. What else did we do? We did this. That one's also done. Oh yeah, and then we obviously did that. Did we release this one? Which one was this? Yeah, we didn't release this. No, we didn't release this. Nope. Does it even have a name? Just V1. Yeah. I'm just going to say remix, even though it's like, really? Probably not. Ah, wait a minute. No. It's Jujuffin. It's the Jujuffin. How could I forget? There you go. That's what this is. It's the Jujuff version, which everybody should be able to do themselves. Do you know what I mean? But you'd be surprised, like, I don't want to assume everybody knows how to do everything, otherwise, I would never release anything, would I? Because you could just make it yourself, couldn't you? But I think it's nice to have solid examples. Everybody saves time. So let's just chuck that one up there as well. I think we're just about done. Oh! No, just about done, yeah, right. See, he's about to, right, close it and run it. Get a clean one. Next workflow save, Doctor, will it make it? It's true, sometimes the workflow is like not very reliable, guys. You try to save that thing and it just, okay. Enough of that. So we've done that one. Oh, birds, okay. The woman with white hair is ducking as the birds fly overhead. Blue skies, white clouds. Clouds. See, all I did was put my put my API key into the env file and then run this in dev mode. So then we have our queue, because it's cheap. Cheap. And I would like to do stuff like building in a batch thing, building in a prompt list, there's so much stuff you can do when you've actually got it working. Now it's working. Now I can actually have some fun with it. Obviously I'll be doing that between tonight's stream and tomorrow's stream, you know what I mean, as is tradition. And then I can give you the rundown on it, how we did it, all that stuff. That's what I like to do. We had a bit of a nightmare today because I was doing a bunch of experimental stuff. Like one of the biggest projects I ever wrote was Zero Vector, and that's in version 3 and it works great. But now I've just found out that Google in the last couple of months has basically just released a whole bunch of stuff that's virtually the same as what I was building, but maybe better, don't know. So now I've got to like create an investigative version of it with their stuff, and I don't even know, you know what I mean? So it's like, oh. But I think it'll make Zero Vector 4 even better, because if I can make it conform to whatever the standard's going to be, it's a bit like getting ahead of MCPs, because I learned how to do MCPs when they first came out, and it really helped. So I'm thinking, if this agent development kit, which the ADK they call it from Google, is what it's trying to be, and if the agent communication protocol, or whatever they call it, A2A protocol, if that is what it says, it will actually make my tool work better. It'll be more robust. My only problem is that they seem to be obsessed with trying to stop people from hacking it. And I'm like, yeah, but you put the schema in that allows them to hack it in the first place. If you hadn't put the schema in, no one could lie about what the schema is and fool you. Then you wouldn't have to check it. So it's all a bit, Alright, let's see it then, come on. Oh, sheesh, that's not bad at all. She ducks in a bit of a weird way because she stood on one leg. So she ducks, grows an extra foot maybe, I don't know. And birds kind of fly. That's not bad, guys. The flying is, look at all those birds. There's far less errors than I expect. And sure, some of them have 2 tails and whatever, but that's not bad at all. So now let's test our thing. So when we go post effects queue, cathode ray, apply. Oh my god, it's super fast. Is it gonna work? Ooh. Huh? I don't think it did it. Yeah, it didn't do it. It didn't apply the effect. Okay, that's alright. More to do. Unless, of course... Ah, wait. No, wait. That's not the video. Ah. Refresh. Aha. I found it. And it's broken. Okay, so download it. Okay, it exists. Oh wait, it worked! No way! No faith. Okay, so it's heavy on the scan lines. So you know how I said use defaults? So in Comfy, I exposed all of the parameters so you can customize the look, but this is the default that you would get if you didn't change anything. It's not bad. It's not bad, you know. It looks like old TV. What does it look like on YouTube's? What does it look like with that YouTube compression? Because we got scan lines, we got the color blending, we got, I think, did it even do the curvature? Yeah, it's done curvature at the edges of the screen as well. It's all there. It looks like an old video game, an old TV show. The noise is so good, look at it. Wow, it's like a really old LCD screen, like an old LCD monitor. That's what I was looking for this week. Kind of. I know it says cathode ray, but I mean, you know, it's CRT, right? But it's the same sort of thing. Okay. Works. I guess I'll be adding more effects then. Cool. So it's got some issues, as in it couldn't really, you know what I mean? It was a bit weird. Like where, and also where's the queue? I guess you can only access the post effects queue from in here. So let's just grab a different one real quick. So let's grab this one from here. Post effects, add the thing, add retro CRT. My idea is to add more effects. You know, at the moment it defaults to that. So refresh. Look, ducking as the birds. And it, wait, no. Wait, oh wait, did it add it down here somewhere? Because of the file name. Oh, nuts. Oh wait, it just took a while to update. Okay, so we can't see the preview for some reason, so that's a bug. But look at that, it did what I asked, look. It's got the thing. Hopefully we should get a comma separated list of what effects were applied in what order. If I just download this and watch it, so we can just get it very quick. Yeah, look at that. Looks like TV, dudes. Does that not look like just TV, like 70s or 80s telly like? It does. Sick. That's what I'm talking about. I'm happy with that. Right. We'll push the update so that the main branch will go to Rev 3 and then we can continue, I can continue working on it. My only hope is that when I go home and put it on the laptop, it doesn't give me grief like earlier today. You should have seen the pre-stream today. It was driving me mad. What was happening was I download the Git and install it and it wouldn't work like it does on, like it did, you know? And I was convinced that the AI was cheating and doing little hacks to make it work on that computer. But then when you download it, those hacks aren't there because you had to do... Because I think he puts it in like the node modules and the .next folder, which is like, that's like written after you do the install. And I think sometimes he's doing sneaky fixes to in there somehow. I don't know. It's the only explanation I can think of. There's some discrepancy in the way that it's installed. It doesn't include all the changes. But anyway, so let's push this. Push. Totally worked, guys. I just literally went, oh, I'll take that node, and it's in the app now. Awesome. SEEDANCE gone. There it is, SEEDANCE API. So we are going to update that again. Sorry. Oh, there's a scripts folder now. There's a scripts folder now because of the, you know, the Python. In fact, where's the actual .py script? I don't see it. Did he move it into the scripts folder? Yeah, he did. He did. Cathode ray processor. Did he move it and rewrite it? I think he did. So my docs are already uploaded. I'm not uploading that. I'm not uploading that. So it's literally from there to there without the env local, and that's it. That's the whole app. There is one thing I need to do though, which is before I continue, and what I like to do, because we're onto it here. This is nice, right? Is I'll come back to this thread if I want to. So I'll stop it. Because I just need to update, so I'll say we can update the README to reflect the current state of the project. Okay, and then that's, you know, the last thing I'll put up here. So just delete that README there. Just double check what we're uploading here. Toast. Would you like some toast? How about a bagel? Looking good. Now, if there's anything that I forgot to come back to, please do scream and shout in the Discord or on the chat, whatever. Oh! Haha! It's got all... Why have we got a freaking... Oh! This one has a Vignette. Vignette intensity is at 0.2. I mean, it's not bad, but it's a bit like, no. This is better, is it? Yeah. Look up close. The noise can help with the squirreliness and the cauliflower textures. But yeah, next I'll be looking at a completely different node. So tomorrow I hope to have this working. I had one thing not working in this. Got some nodes that don't want to load, so I'll come back to this. Chatterbox. I do want to get a good, solid voice cloning in our sort of palette of tools. We'll be coming back to that for sure. I think that all of these new things, let's put it in the new, got to get it in that workflow, right? Got to get the workflows uploaded. So what should we call it? It's Foda Flux. I feel like Kontext Flux deserves its own folder, guys. Now it's out. Kontext Flux t.text for the placeholder. Let's go. Looks like something went wrong. What? Have you ever seen that before on GitHub? Is that? I've never seen that before. Error. Looks like something went wrong. What's that? Wait. Is that part of this website? It's gone now. Must have been a glitch, guys. I've never seen that in my life. Right. Like I said, there's a ghost in the machine, guys. It's getting a bit, like, getting restless. Right, refresh this. There we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Ah, yeah, not that one. So it'll be that. Oh, wait, no, it is that one too. Yes. Oh, is that actually that work? Chuck it in there. Cool. Too many pop-ups. Not enough time. Right, and then do we have a training tools or anything like that? Not really. It was always in the folder pack, see? And we got a few random ones that didn't quite make their folders by the looks of it. Because I've got that experimental Olama. I guess when it's finished, we'll make a pack for it. That'll make sense. That'll make sense. Okay, so that's now up to date. That's now up to date. This is waiting for the new README. So do you know what? I'll just push it. And we can sort the README out now. Yeah. Off you go, mate. Off you go. So now that web UI for the SEEDANCE API, there's actually a point to it now, because if you don't have Comfy UI, you can get access to my effects, my post-processing effects. There's only one in there right now, but it won't be like that for long. It actually makes you think that maybe the best choice, I was talking about this earlier today on the pre-stream, it might actually be a better idea to make a post-processing gallery app which has all my effects, and then it's not tied to any one particular API. You could just point it at a folder and have the processing queue. It'd probably be a lot simpler because it wouldn't have to muck about with a bunch of API keys and whatnot. Anyway, we'll see what happens. So yeah, I just need to upload this new README, which is going to be the best thing ever, I'm sure. That was a good result. It looks really nice. All it is generating a bunch of good scenes. That's all it is. And then having a consistent post-processing chain will mean that it looks realistic, and it's got because it's an artistic choice, right? You don't just make it look like that for giggles. Well, you do, but I just mean, if you decide to make a show and you stick to that look, it's now got a style to it, which was a choice, And that's, I think, the whole game, right? Right, have we written this README yet, or are you still thinking about it? No, he's finished. He's finished. He has finished. Now I think that the README is worded so it doesn't actually quote the it doesn't actually quote my repo anywhere, you know, so it doesn't have to be wrong. He started doing that. He used to say like username, github.com username / project name. He's changed that now. So API endpoints. Look at this. We could have an MCP. We could have, dude, I could build an MCP for this, which is going to generate the video, save the video, and then apply the effects. You could have an MCP control this thing and don't even look at the UI. A special effects MCP would be kind of cool. You'd be like, oh, here's the video, I need you to apply cathode ray, and he'd go okay, and then you get the video back on API. What? I'm liking the sound of this. This is all very interesting to me. An API. Is there an MCP that does post-processing for video? An MCP that does a post-processing for video? It's crazy. Because obviously you'd have to have a service set up, but the thing is I could set it up as a server service. But then you'd have to pay for it. Don't like it. See, I prefer it when you're running it yourself or you're running it on your own account, because then you have control over what you're spending and you're not paying a middleman. Even though it would make me money, I'm not trying to be a middleman. Do you know what I mean? It's not what I'm trying to be. So, you know, it wouldn't make any sense. If I was gonna bring something to market, it wouldn't have my name on it, guys. I hate to break it. Probably wouldn't have my name on it, you know, because that's part of the formula, you know. Let's see, for local use to deploy to start production. Fork my code, chop it, chase it. Do what you want with it. Right then, guys, it's been fun, but we'll be back tomorrow at 8 p.m. Hopefully I'm going to add a bunch more effects to this thing. It's going to be a bit of fun tonight, but I'll have a lot of work to do tomorrow, so I will be seeing you tomorrow, 8 p.m. GMT. Thank you all for joining me and sitting with me on this fine Sunday evening. See you next time.